And we're live again. Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are in the world watching. For us over here in Western Canada, it is evening, early hours of the evening. I'm so excited to come again for day 3. Can you already? It feels like, yeah. So today is day 3 of my 90 days live challenge, and today I promise you I'm not going to stay long. Okay, today actually I want to ask you guys a question, or maybe a couple, but how are you doing? Happy Tuesday. Okay, happy Tuesday for us over here in Canada. It's still Tuesday. I know for those of you who are tuning in from other parts of the world, Europe, Australia, is already Wednesday at your end. But it's already 1 week down. 1 week down in 2025. How would you evaluate your week 1 of 2025? How would you evaluate it? Just take a second to think about that, because no, new year, we like to make resolutions, we like to set goals, right? And I'm not any different. I have my goals that I want to accomplish on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, and look at right now is how far have you started accomplishing those goals. And obviously it's not expected, right? And so I want to encourage you guys, don't beat yourself up too much if you're not checking off everything on your list just yet. Like I said in yesterday's live, once you work in progress, it just kind of shifts your mindset to that point where you don't beat yourself up too much. Because I know some of us are perfectionists, right? We set a target, we want to hit that target, we want to go over target, hit it, then you start to feel disappointed in yourself, and that in turn now makes you take a step back and not even do anything at all, right? It makes you stop taking action. So I want to encourage you, don't beat yourself up if you find that the resolutions that you made or the goals that you've written down, you're not, especially if they're like daily goals or weekly goals, like I said that I have, right? And this is the exact same thing that is going on with me as well, right? I have a checklist of things I want to do every day, but I'm not quite 100% there yet. But I know that this is a work in progress, and the year is young, and we can still hit those goals, right? Check off all those things on our list. So yes, with that in mind, that was not actually the question I wanted to ask to come into my mind, because I realized that 1 week, we have already spent 1 week into the new year, and sometimes people's energy starts to decline as the year goes on. All the what if you start kind of letting it slide if you realize that you're not meeting up, right? So I just said, let me put that in there for you. But before I get again to the question of the day that I want ask you guys, I want to also share something inspiring that I came across today. Remember that my goal in this daily life is to inspire you and to share my journey with you, to share more about my business platform, to educate you on how it works, right? How the online space works, and share testimony, all of that kind of good stuff, answer you guys' questions and all of that, right? And so with that in mind, the question I want to ask you, oh, I forgot. I said I wanted to share a quote or an inspirational thing I came across today. So many things on my mind I want to share all at once, right? Okay, so let me share what is inspirational that I came across today. Have you ever heard this saying where they say that you stare, okay, you stare where you look. Some people say this way, that where you stare. And pardon my um my grammar, but I'm trying to say it as much and accent, so bear with me. But what I'm trying to say is, when you're learning how to drive, right? And the experience when I was learning how to drive too, my driving instructor would tell me, "Oh, you better learn to look where you're trying to go, so that you can steer in that direction." Okay. And basically what he's saying is, or he was saying was that if I'm looking away from the road, then most likely I'm going to stay away from the road. But if I keep my eyes on the road, or if I'm approaching a curve and I'm keeping my eyes on the curve and how I want to negotiate that curve, then that's where I'm going to stay, right? So you're going to probably wondering, so what has that got to do with me, or what has that got to do with you, or what has that got to do with my business platform that I'm always talking about? Just bear with me, listen up, okay? So what I'm trying to get at is this: a lot of the time, we're in situations that we wish to change. So let's take, for example, you might be someone maybe who works a lot of hours. I've had people tell me they work 24 hours straight. They're coming back from main job to go to the next side hustle, second job. And after that, they go for the third job. And maybe they're just going to catch 1 to 2 hours of sleep, assuming they have a break on the job. Especially people who work in the healthcare industry tend to have this kind of lifestyle, because they're trying to, gather all the money they can make. But at the end of the day, that's a lifestyle starts telling on their health. Of course, if they're a family person, they're missing out time with their kids, their spouse, their family. And at the end of the day, it still doesn't meet expectations, right? So a lot of the time, if you're in that kind of situation, you want to change, right? But then if you're only focused on, oh, this problem is too much. I'm so tired. I'm so busy. I'm sick and tired of this, but I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to stay here. And yeah, you just keep whining and whining. You only see the negative side of things. Maybe you also go, you notice the prices that have increased, and then you blame it on the economy, you blame it on the government, all this kind of stuff, right? And you just keep focusing on all the problems. Guess what? Is going to steer. Are you getting the point now? So that is what I was talking about when I said you steer where you look, where you focus, where you stay, right? Basically, in life, what you focus on, that's where your energy goes. And where your energy goes means you're going to attract more of it. So as long as you continue to focus on all the negativities, all the economy, all the bad news, all the government situations, all the lack of, increase in your salary and all of that, then you're going to continue to only see those things all the time. You would hardly be able to, appreciate the small wins here and there, right? And so when I saw that quote, I said, you know what? I need to come and share it with you guys today, because I mean, yes, this is something I've always known. Of course, as a driver, you have to focus where you're to. So, but in life generally, and as it applies to, all of us as human beings who find ourselves in one situation or the other that we're not too happy with, if you find a way to change your focus from whatever might be going on with you, and try to find joy even in the moments that you consider a little moment, then you would realize that you're going to attract more abundance and more blessings into your life. Now, let's bring this back into starting a digital business, because my people, say I will not come on here and finish this whole life without talking about business matter. So a lot of the time I come across people who, they okay, they need a change. They now recognize that maybe you're the person who is in this boat that I'm talking about right now. You realize you need a change. You realize that, hey, this digital Boss Babe platform is the right to take me to my destination. But then you decide to focus on the negatives. Oh, what if I fail? Oh, what if no says to me? Oh, somebody asked me today, what if I don't make any money from my investments, right? Yeah, these are the kind of questions that I get asked on a daily basis, right? Because people doubt either themselves and their capabilities, or they doubt the authenticity and the success of our platform, right? Here's what I would always tell you. Yes, it is possible. It is possible to fail. And that's just life for you, right? That's just there's in life. There is no guarantee in life. Life itself is a risk. But why would you want to focus your energy on failure, failure, failure? Why don't you switch that perspective to what if I actually succeed? What if this is actually the vehicle that leads me to my breakthrough? What if this is the thing that changes the game for me? Right? Like Ishoma that I'm always seeing talking about, firing her boss, making six figures from home. What if that is actually my story? What if I even do better than Ishoma? What if I do better than all the people that I've been seeing online sharing about this business? What if that's my story? What if I'm the next testimony? It all takes a switch in your mindset, which brings me back to our theme for the week, or rather for this 90 days run, which is all about your mentality, your mental attitude, having a positive mental attitude. And so I said I'm not going to keep this video too long. I just want to quickly chip this in there, that if you're watching me and you're one of those people who have been considering a career change, maybe from being an employee to becoming an entrepreneur, just like myself, ditching the 9 to 5, if you're somebody who maybe you've been burnt in other businesses, right, and you're so scared to take a look at another one or venture into another one, stop focusing on the negative. Start looking at the possibilities of what you can actually achieve. Okay. All right. I said that I promise I'm not going to keep this long. So you guys today, I think there's 2 questions I actually want to ask you, right? So the first question is this: what would you guys like me to talk about or to discuss in the course of this go live run that I'm doing every day for the next 90 days? Now 90 minus 3 because today is day 3, right? Over the next little while, what would you guys like me to talk about or to address? I'd love to drop that in the comment section. I watch those comment sections closely so that I can bring more value to you that actually addresses your questions or your concerns or what you are looking to learn, right? And of course, I'm talking about business here, so let's keep it business related, right? Because I'm your digital business coach. So yes, what do you guys like me to talk about? Drop that in the comment section and I will be coming on every day by the grace of God to address those questions and concerns. And now that I want to ask you is, what is your fear? What is your concern? What is stopping you from your next level? You see how I paused? Because I want you to also pause and really think deeply about that question. Because sometimes, like I said, we know that we need a change. We know that we deserve a change, but something is stopping us in our tracks and preventing us from exploring that next level. What is that for you? And hey, I know a lot of you are private. Maybe you don't want to write that in the comment section. So I would encourage you to write it in the comment section because it means that you are facing your fears. If you can actually boldly write that in the comment section, that this is what is preventing me from going to my next level, that means you are beginning to face your fears. And if you can face your fears, let me tell you something, you can bulldoze that fear out of your way. Okay. But if for some reason you can't write it because maybe it's about maybe somebody who is stopping you and you don't want them to see it, then send me a private message. I'd really love to help a lot of people this year. Starting this month of January today, we have an offer going on right now to incentivize whoever actually launches their business this month. And I would love to help a whole lot of you to actually launch. So if there's something that is standing as a stumbling block in your way, whether it's a fear, whether it's an external influence, or some sort of negative mindset going on, drop it in comments or send me a private message about what's going on so that together we can hold hands and bulldoze that stumbling block out of the way and get you closer to your next level. All right, guys. So I've given you 2 homeworks for today. Number 1, what is your fear? And number 2, what would you guys like me to talk about in the coming days and in the coming weeks? So with that said, remember guys, what you focus on is what you attract more of. If you focus on negativity, you're going to remain in the same place. Your situation to get to your next level, you don't reach your full potential, and you're going to only attract more negativity. But if you focus on positivity and celebrate every win, no matter how small it is, you attract abundance, you attract more things, cause you to be grateful into your life. All right, 15 minutes right on the mat. Have a good rest of your day, your evening, wherever you are watching me from. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Take care.